this is my audience today. Imagine this. You're halfway through the day, you're exhausted. Your mind is starting to feel foggy, and you're getting to that time of day, 2 to 3 p.m., you're starting to feel super drained. Your brain is begging for a break. Energy drinks, caffeine, eating sugar, eating some carbs, it's useless. What if the solution was a nap? Napping should be embraced as a tool for productivity, wellness, and mental clarity. All of us get tired. School, work, constantly multitasking, it wears us all out. For me, the hours between 2, 3, 4, even when I'm at work or school, I always start to just get a little mentally drained, and I know that I'm not presenting my best self when I am feeling tired. Naps are one of the most effective natural tools for release, but oftentimes they're viewed as lazy and they're really looked down upon. They can even be seen as irresponsible, and I've definitely experienced that a lot. I love taking naps, and a lot of times people are like, I don't know, my family members will poke fun and be like, oh, let me guess, you just woke up from a nap. So I've definitely been shamed by it before, but I really think that they can be a tool that can help you boost your productivity. At school, there was also a lot of times where I would fall asleep during class, and I understand the importance of staying awake and alert during school. This is, especially in high school, this would happen a lot. And I would get in trouble with the teachers, they would get mad at me. And I think if naps were more accepted, or if we had a time for naps during the day, we could prevent this, and maybe they wouldn't be seen as lazy or irresponsible as much. I've done the research about naps and napping and seen how important it is, because I want to explain to you guys today how beneficial it can be. I'm gonna try to challenge that mindset and change that. Okay, we are gonna go over health benefits, how it can give you a productivity boost, maybe a cultural shift that we could try to make. Let's begin with how naps literally change your brain. Naps actually protect your brain. A study by BBC says habitual nappers had brains 15 cc larger. And you might be thinking, what does large brains have to do with anything? And I was really surprised by that statistics. But it says that large brain volume actually shows a lower risk of Alzheimer's. Naps can help fight stress, and they can even support your mental health, and WebMD backs that up. Short naps actually can reduce your cortisol, and I think it's important to outline when you start drifting into the 2-hour, 3-hour range of naps, that can have the reverse effect. I'm sure we've all woke up from a Sunday nap that went way too long, and sometimes you even feel more tired than when you started. The naps that we're talking about here are more 15 to 20 minute naps, 30-minute naps, things like that. You're just getting one REM cycle. Once you start drifting onto 3, 4, 5 hours, that it can actually be unhelpful to take naps. Short naps reduce cortisol, and cortisol is the stress hormone. It can also lower anxiety. Mental health experts now encourage rest breaks as therapy tools. A lot of athletes that you might know, or even the higher up level athletes, a lot of them know how important naps are, and they definitely utilize them in their daily life. Think about students. We're all students. They stay up late studying for tests, cramming, or parents that are new parents running on 4 hours of sleep. And I know that sometimes it can be not preventable when you have a brand new baby. But even employees that are stuck on 10-hour shift, 12-hour shifts, nurses, naps are a free, accessible way to recover from that and stay mentally healthy and alert. And studies actually show that just lying down, even just resting, can help give you some of the benefits that naps have, even if you're not fully sleeping. And I remember, so if you're ever laying down at night and you're feeling stressed, like I can't sleep, I'm not getting the rest I need, you know how important those 8 to 10 hours are. Even just resting can really help give you some of the benefits that napping can. My sister used to always tell me that so that I wouldn't be stressed, keeping myself up at night when I can't fall asleep. Resting is also good for your brain. So naps aren't just about comfort, they're actually brain fuel, but how do they help your performance? So naps can actually sharpen your memory and focus, and this is good to remember if you're ever studying for a test, staying up all night, or even you spent the whole day studying. Sometimes a nap can even help. 15 to 20-minute naps improve memory recall, and they can even help you with problem solving strategies, things like that. There was a NASA study on pilots. Napping improved alertness by 54% and performance by 34%. Naps can make you more efficient. A lot of times when we're fatigued, we can make little mistakes, but napping can improve your accuracy, consistency, and it even reduces burnout. Imagine a student who naps after morning classes, then they might be able to study with better focus. Or a nurse who grabs a 20-minute break and returns back to her job more alert, and she'll actually be a safer nurse around patients. If naps make us healthier and more productive, why are we still ashamed of them? We're going to talk a little bit about cultural shaming when it comes to napping. So naps deserve cultural acceptance. Society shames rest, and especially in American culture, being tired is a badge of honor. But in different countries like Spain, Italy, Japan, midday rest is actually built into their cultural system through siestas or nap pods. And I think we should introduce a little bit of that into our society. We could create spaces for naps, policies for naps. Schools could have quiet rooms for tired students. I know that I would have definitely personally benefited from that when I was staying up late studying for a test. I was a cheerleader, 2 hours of cheer in the morning, waking up early, things like that. I'm like, I would have done way better on some of my tests, some of my assignments. I'd have better focus in school if I was able to take even just a 15-minute nap. Some tech companies actually already provide nap pods. And I know that members of the church, we don't drink coffee, but I thought this was an interesting thing to note. There is some people that recommend coffee naps where you drink caffeine and then you nap 20 minutes, and there's actually a lot more benefits of being alert when you use your caffeine in that way. I know we don't drink coffee, but there's other forms of caffeine. What if instead of punishing a student for falling asleep in class, we gave them 15 minutes in a quiet space, and they returned more engaged than ever, more engaged than if they were just punished for taking their nap? It's time to stop asking why are you napping, and start asking, why aren't we napping? Naps protect your brain and your health. They boost your focus, memory, and your work performance. Cultural change is needed. Naps should be accepted and not shamed. Napping isn't laziness. It's a strategic tool for energy, clarity, and well-being. It can help your mental focus. It can sharpen you. So here's your challenge. Try it. Set a timer, take a 15 to 20-minute nap this week, and see how you feel. Track your focus, your mood, and your energy. Let's stop seeing resting as weakness and start seeing it as strength. You don't need to hustle nonstop to succeed. Sometimes all it takes is 20 minutes and a soft pillow.